Molly, it's good.
We're good.
Okay.
We figured we didn't even need you. I don't know why we think we need her so much.
We do need her. We need her so much.
Wow.
What would this show be without Molly?
10,000
Seriously.
knobs at that thing, and I have no clue
What would this show be without Molly? Seriously.
Man, yeah, I don't know. Like, you took her to G.I. Joe on your first date and to a restaurant that was boarded up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a good Channing Tatum movie.
That just shows how charming I am.
Is that what you're trying to do? This Channing Tatum hairdo?
Yeah, maybe.
The big boy?
No, Molly likes Johnny Depp, so I gotta get the weird.
He was just so impressed that I didn't play my cards and make him watch like a chick flick or something on our first date.
One time the choice was between Robin Hood, like the Kevin Costner one, or Terminator 2, and I forced the girl to go to Terminator 2, and we did not have a second date.
Oh,
That was such a great movie.
that's an amazing
It's a great movie, and over time, it stood up way better than Robin Hood. But yeah, just in the moment, it was not the right thing to do.
Great movie.
I think Costner, he lost the accent halfway through the freaking movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get rolling. All right, welcome back, Universe, to episode 25 of season 3 Off the Rail podcast. Woo! We are back with the vice president of the World Series of Comedy, coming in from Canada, Jason Rowland. In the studio today with us. Do you like this nickname, the Crandalorian?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, the Crandalorian, Sean Patrick Moore.
Did you come up with that?
Yeah.
I thought it was something that he might have had on his website. I thought that's great, the Crandalorian.
Oh, we had a Star Wars thing.
We should have people bring him up as the Crandalorian when he does his headlining gig.
I like that. Straight out of Crandon.
I don't like that for my headline.
You don't worry about it. You just be funny. We'll introduce you. All right, this week we have a Buffalo video, backyard treasure, $39,000 handbag, weird crime, walking on escalators, a robot psychic, a weird butt trend, Canada is too nice, no Elmo, King Pong, police beat up some nerds, new summer of love, walk of shame, and much more in this always amazing Wednesday premiere. And if you're looking to buy or sell a house, maybe you're interested in a career in real estate, you should email Roy at cbhsr.com, or give him a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. And thanks, Roy, for our Mr. Miyagi cutout.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show you a wait for it video here. So this video is always fun here.
No,
Thank you.
no, thank you.
But wait for it.
He's going to spit on her?
Sorry I yelled.
Oh, look at that look on her face.
Oh no.
What happened?
You didn't catch the end?
Did you take it?
Sorry, I yelled.
Hold up.
The other buffalo.
Oh!
You guys missed the other buffalo?
No.
We'll give it to you one more time. Oh.
Sometimes when two buffaloes really love each other,
They stop next to your car. Scare the crap out of you.
you see her sweatshirt?
Yeah, it was very nice.
No, it said New Buffalo on it.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, and that's what those two other buffaloes were trying to make.
Is
Make a new buffalo.
obsessed with sweatshirts.
No,
This guy,
he's just very observant.
he knows everybody's sweatshirt. That's why I took my my one off. I gotta mail it to
Everyone
Jason.
else missed your joke. I thought it was funny.
Jason,
I think Will got it, so I thought it was funny.
we'll get your address, and you're gonna launder it before you send it to him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that going to be third hand now. So some guy died. It ended up at the Goodwill. You bought it at the Goodwill for $2. Now you're going to spend 9 times that to mail it to me.
And the next time you're on, you'll be wearing it, and you'll have
I
another one.
100% will. Yeah. And I'll also go, there's a great place here in Vancouver called Make. They're like a promo company and they do one-offs. And I'm going to get your guys' logo emblazoned on it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
So I'll have the only one piece of official merch.
We need to get some. We need to get some merch.
We got
Yeah, you
merch
do.
all the way in the studio.
Well, we need some.
Bumper stickers,
We need some T-shirts.
bracelets, T-shirts. What? Are you
We'll get some new ones.
Okay, we'll get new ones.
Well, these are neat.
Yeah. That is a business card just in a picture frame.
Yeah, those aren't custom made. They're picture frame coasters.
My mom got this at a work raffle,
Our business cards.
and our business cards in there.
Solid.
Sweet. But now it looks all official.
Yeah, it really is nice. God bless your mom. She's a sweetheart.
Yep, she will be on for the Mother's Day special. Our most listened to shows too are the Mother's Day special.
It's going to be fun.
Because your mom is dirty.
And she's a good
She
sport,
is.
too. She's a good sport.
So this guy found some buried treasure in his yard, and we're gonna show you.
Is
The box
this
of
the dig?
dildos.
The dig.
I think you can hear it, right? You guys hearing that?
Is it a Viking ship?
No, I can't hear. Well, now I can.
It got clean to the point where I could start to attempt to lift it up. When I tried, it was a
That
little
looks like
heavy.
a
Then
like
I
a
brought it to the
sewer.
big
Oh my
guns.
God, I
You'll
hope it's
never
not
believe
a
what I found.
coffin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like a
I
sewer.
put some sort of crazy secret concrete box.
It was
It's a
Found a
septic tank.
handle.
Yeah.
He thought he was getting buried treasure.
Oh, he got buried treasure, all right.
Clean to the
I
point
mean-
where I could
Oh
start
my
to,
goodness.
attempt to lift it up. When I tried, it was a little heavy. So then I brought in the big guns, and you'll never believe what I found. It was a septic tank.
Come on, dude.
Is that
good
Canada?
It's probably Florida.
Florida.
That's also 100% set up, but it's funny. It makes for a funny TikTok or whatever it was.
Yeah, it does.
It is.
He probably needed some maintenance on his septic tank. He was like, I'll make a funny video out of this.
Molly, do you want to see what a $39,000 handbag looks like?
Sure.
All right.
It's probably hideous.
We got a picture down here. It is an airplane handbag for $39,000 he's getting for it. Louis Vuitton. The fall,
Wow.
winter 2021.
Why? That's so impractical.
It really is
And you be
impractical.
bumping into everyone with that, catching it on stuff.
Imagine
Oh,
spilling
shit.
lipstick, you know? You don't know the vine.
That's-
But what happens when someone makes fun of it? Do you have to show them the receipt? Be like, do you still want to make fun of this?
That's a knockoff.
That's a knockoff.
Yeah, the real one has an engine. It's shaped differently.
How
So
meta is that? Does that count against your carry-on, or can you just take that in addition to your 2 carry-ons?
it's a personal purse. I don't know. It's a plane. They should let it on. It's a
I
plane.
mean,
Come
if
on.
you can spend $39,000 on a purse, you probably don't have to worry about it.
Oh my
Checking your
God.
luggage.
Well, that's why people have $39,000 because they fly Spirit Airlines and they're misers and they don't spend their money anywhere else.
And you're
That's true.
gonna drop $39,000 on a plain purse.
I hate buying purses. I hate
Your
carrying
purse looks
purses.
so plain.
You hear
What- did it-
She
Did it
hates
sell?
Good
Is
day.
that the manufactured
Yeah,
retail
they're-
suggested price?
Yep, they're selling it. Louis Vuitton. That's a new fall winter purse.
39,000.
39K.
My parents paid 35,000 for our house when we were growing up. $35,000. It was like in 1961.
Wow.
Big house.
What's it worth now?
Well, they sold it for just under 200,000.
Wow, the chick called Roy, they'd have got a solid 2
All those years ago.
for it. Just like that.
Real estate in Vancouver is nuts. They just did some sort of survey where since 2010, our real estate prices have gone up 149% or something like that in the last 10
wow.
years. And the next highest is the city of London at 71%. I live in a condo at 700 square feet. The last assessment was over $500,000. There's
Wow.
someone who lives on the it's a 45-year-old 3-floor walk up. Someone just listed a 2-bedroom on the top floor for $729,000. It's 891 square feet, and it sold in a week for 830.
That's crazy.
I wonder how much that is in
That's-
real
That's
life.
Canadian dollars.
Was that Canadian dollars?
Well, yeah, that's what we spend up here, but yeah.
Oh, I thought,
Oh, I was impressed for a minute.
I thought I asked you to do the conversion.
Well, divide by
It's
1.25.
it's easily $50.
Yeah.
Sell my house and move somewhere.
You heard what Sean said? It's easily
Yeah.
$50.
It's $50 and a year's supply of Timmy Hortons.
And I asked to get paid in
So-
Canadian dollars so I make more money.
3 years ago, you would have.
There you go. Is this really a crime? A woman breaks into a stranger's house, strips naked, and gets into the bed. But let's have a look at her.
Is that her?
Yep.
Do you have a naked
Wait, was
picture
it
of
part
her?
of like a dare or why?
I think they're going with mental illness, she's claiming, but she refused to leave. Like, the guy was going to let her off with a break. Like, hey, I don't know if you're drunk or on something, just get the hell out of here. And she's like, no, I'm staying in bed.
That's black tar heroin, I think.
That's what that is?
I don't know.
She just jumped
Maybe
into one.
she's just a really big Robert Downey Jr. fan.
Right.
She's
Remember when he
28.
did that? He did that like 15
Did he?
years ago.
He
Yeah.
was on black tar heroin. I think he busted into his neighbor's house thinking it was his. He was that
Yes.
fucked up.
Slept in one of the kids' beds or something like that.
She's not unattractive.
I had a cousin do that up north, got drunk, went into somebody's house, and then like she came, like the cops brought her to our house because that's where she was trying to get when she walked into this other person's house, got naked and fell asleep on the couch. And the cops brought her back to our house, and she's freaking out, drunk off her ass. They think I'm a planet. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? You gotta be fucking fucked up to do that.
And the cops they didn't take her to jail?
Oh no, they brought it. This is Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
She was
You had me at get naked.
This is Wisconsin. A friend of mine came home one day and some random guy was sleeping on her couch and climbed in like through her like window on the patio or whatever. Passed out drunk.
Sean said he was sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you.
Yeah, sometimes you're in blackout mode and, things like that happen. You
I don't
know?
know how I got to the right hotel rooms in Mexico when we were there.
I don't either.
Because it was like 2-mile walk to the discotheque that opened at 11 p.m.
The discotheque.
When did you go there? In 1972?
It's a discotheque, man. All the babes come. It doesn't even open
Donde
till
está
11.
la biblioteca?
It
You
was
can
a
go to the
Star-
library into the.
Dude, it was a
that's
Star
it.
Wars discotheque. The
It was a
doors
Star
of the
Wars-
Millennium Falcon opened up, and that's how you got in, and it was all Star Wars themed.
They had Star Troopers. They had Storm.
Do you guys like Trek too? Do you guys like
Yeah.
Star
Yeah,
Trek?
I'm Star Trek. That's my thing.
Right.
Yeah. Did you? Have you guys
Who's your
ever
favorite
gone?
captain?
My favorite captain?
Yeah.
Star Trek, yeah.
Well, Picard, because
Yes.
all my friends' kids say that I look like him. Like when they're young, they're like, "How come Uncle Jason is on Star Trek?" I'm like, oh, this is going to
Oh,
explain.
he's
a
doing
lot.
the face plant. He just did the face plant.
But did you guys ever go to the Star Trek bar? They had a
In
replica
Vegas, yes.
of Quark's bar at
I
the
went
Hilton.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was really cool. And they would have
And
like
we did
cosplay characters going around. I was
we
there one
did
day and
the-
someone got married.
The ride or whatever, when the Borg
Yep.
experience or something. I
Yep.
did
Yep.
that, and then it empties into Quark's bar, and I was drinking Andorian ale and shit.
The Romulan ale, like the green stuff, and they had like little
Andorian was the
underlit.
food.
They had underlit areas you put your drink on that like had lightning features. And I was there one time, and in like the open area next to it, there was a full Star Trek wedding. Everyone was wearing their costume.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I was a hardcore Picard was my favorite captain fan.
Mhm.
And then Tom kept arguing with me that it was Archer. And then we watched that entire series and
Enterprise.
yeah, it was really good.
Well, you
Like
can
Archer
never
back.
go wrong.
Is that the Cape Mulligan?
No, that was
Oh.
Voyager.
Scott Bakula.
Archer is like the newest
Yeah.
one.
Oh, Bacula. Yeah.
You
But
can't go
it's-
wrong with Scott Bakula.
It's set the
No.
furthest back in the
It's the first Enterprise.
I haven't seen that one, but I used to do
I haven't
those.
seen that one either.
Oh, it's so good.
It was good.
Oh, I
it
should watch
was. It was the second
So
one they
underrated.
made when they when Paramount started their own network. So Voyager and Platypus Man with Richard Jenny, like the late great Richard Jenny, stand-up comic, got his own TV show.
Yep.
And so those are the only two shows they produced. They made Platypus Man and Voyager, and then they had 23 and a half hours of reruns of stuff that they owned. And then they made Enterprise afterwards with Bakula post. Quantum
Enterprise,
Leap.
they never sent a human through the, like, beamed anyone, so everybody was all freaked out.
Oh.
They didn't want to get beamed. They didn't know what it was going to do.
It was
So-
weird because they have the best, like, it's filmed like nowadays, so we've got
Right.
better technology to film, so it looks better, but they have the least technological shit
Right.
with the least, like, I think they explained it somehow though with a different, like, universe or.
Yeah,
Have
they
you
didn't
guys
even
watched?
have a tractor beam or nothing.
Have you got watched the new one, Discovery? Discovery's real good. Season 1 was iffy, but 2 and 3 were phenomenal.
I didn't stick with it long
Where
enough.
can you find that?
It's on for you guys.
CBS.
It's on All Access, CBS
All
All
Access?
Access.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
watched like the first episode and it was like, eh.
Molly
No,
made
yeah.
our TV.
100%. The first 6 episodes of season 1 are, but it got really, really good, especially in season 2. Her mom turns out to be an actress who was on The Wire, and she's really phenomenal in it too. And then season 3 is like really cool.
Okay.
Season 1, they got into a little bit too much of like the backstory of the Klingons and the conflict between the Klingons. But seasons 2 and season 3 gets much more into the universe of like how Star Trek is supposed to be this benevolent entity, and it's much more about that sort of the original Gene Roddenberry kind of point of view. Anyways, that's enough geeking for me. But yeah, I love those shows.
I love Star Trek.
Best show of all time, though, Quantum Leap, right? We can all agree that Quantum Leap is the
Scott
very
Bakula.
best
Scott
television
Bakula
show ever
touches
made.
Yeah, I love that show.
Everything he touches.
Yeah.
Scott Bakula.
Did you see his?
MASH is the best show.
Man,
It's all,
You gotta get a little closer to the mic.
MASH is the best show that was ever made.
nah, I'd go Quantum Leap still over MASH.
Alright.
MASH is phenomenal,
I
but
agree.
Quantum Leap is the best show of all time.
It's
The
so funny.
did you guys have you seen the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode that
Yes!
Scott Bakula's on? That's so great because he's Sam. He's stuck. He's Sam because the last episode they don't really resolve what happened to him, so he's stuck in the It's Always in Sunny
I didn't see
Philadelphia
that one.
universe. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one either.
That's really fun.
My mom used to call him Scott Beluga, and I was like, "Mine, it's Bakula."
I can't believe they did
Scott
7
Beluga.
years of that New Orleans NCIS or whatever. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. In Japan, they are now banning walking on escalators.
What?
You gotta stand.
You have to stand. There is no more hoofing it up an escalator.
I love it.
Why?
I love it.
I'm pro this.
You're pro this?
My
Okay.
number one pet peeve in the entire world is people who walk part of the way up the escalator and then
And then
stop.
just stand there?
So
Yeah,
if you can't do it at all, it eliminates my pet peeve.
No, but like if you're standing or if you're walking and you decide to stop, you step to the right so people can pass you
Yeah,
on
but
the
people
left.
don't. But people
I know.
don't. That's
You-
the problem.
Yeah, well, you have
So
to
you're
tell them,
walking behind
excuse me.
someone, they stop and you're like,
You
look.
say, move to the right, please, and then you just go up. You guys say it with some authority. We were on the moving sidewalk at the airport with my sons, and we needed to get to the gate, and people were standing. It said, stand right, walk left. And so I said, may I have your attention in the terminal? If you're standing on the sidewalk, please move to the right. And the people just moved, and my sons, when they were teenagers, they were so embarrassed. I'm like, and thank you, and have a pleasant trip to your final destination.
Nice.
It drove them crazy.
I just get pissed off because it's like you're either treating it as stairs the entire time or you're treating it as an escalator the entire time. You don't get to do it half-assed. You don't get to walk 3/4 of the way up as stairs and then stop and use it as an escalator. It's one or the other.
I feel
Although-
like it was invented to eliminate having to fucking walk, and walking is like if the guy that invented the straw saw you drinking a drink out of it, he's like, man, I invented that so you could do cocaine. And then
He's just saying that because he was stuck on an escalator for hours when one broke down. And
yeah.
I wasn't gonna move, fix it.
It's the
He wants to
greatest.
walk, and he's like, "Come and fix this thing.
That's my
Elevate
favorite.
me."
The places to be.
I started not walking and I'm gonna end not walking.
Why
I
were
think-
you late for work?
I think Howie Mandel used to do a joke about that, and he goes, "And the fire department came, and they walked up, and we all walked down."
My favorite joke, Hedberg joke, is the escalator joke.
Oh, all they do is become stairs.
Yeah, sorry for the convenience. Okay.
So
One of
I
the things
love-
we do on the World Series of Comedy is we prank Joe and try and sneak Mitch Hedberg punchlines by him without him knowing. He doesn't know Hedberg at all. And so like he'll be like, "Is it that guy? Are you trying to get me with that guy again?" And we'll run like full this. And he'll have no idea.
Now he can't watch Mitch Hedberg. You just took that from him.
Well, to
The
this
middle
day,
guy.
he hasn't looked him up and, come on.
Listen, Roz Turner, when she was a booker, got me tickets to see him, comp tickets, and then she also had him sign a little note, "Keep the laughs," and I put it on the back of the ticket. I still have that with Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg, really?
Yep.
Damn.
It was at Riverside, and the guy opened for him was Stephen Lynch. That was a great show.
He was
I've never,
funny as hell.
I didn't get to see him live. So two of my three favorites of all time are Carlin and Mitch Hedberg, and I didn't see either of them live. So I made sure to go see Rickles before he passed. But with Hedberg, I met his widow. She performed at the Comedy Mix, and she found out how big of a fan I was of Mitch's, and she gave me one of his CDs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is she funny?
She is funny. She has a totally different sense of humor. She's a little bit more like Kristen Schaal-esque.
Okay.
All
right.
But she did have one very Mitch style joke. She had, I think it was something along the lines of, I have the personality of a hoarder, but I'm also lazy. So I don't really collect much stuff. But it was kind of like in a very Hedbergian way. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a bit of an ode to your
Yeah,
to your
he
husband.
probably rubbed off on her a little bit.
Probably a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, during this show, he was talking about, I think it might have been, what do people take for anxiety?
Xanax?
Xanax. And he was talking about, I'd really like to get some Xanax. Anybody got some Xanax? He goes, I'm just kidding. And then later on, he was like, no, I'm serious. Meet me by the side door.
He was using his comedy to perpetuate his drug habit for sure.
Right.
I'm sure it works.
He was found the same day that the Pope died. And one of his big jokes was like, I wish you could eat bad food and good food at the same time. And then when it got to your stomach, like if you ate an onion ring and it got to your stomach, the carrot is like, it's okay, man, he's with me. And so on his official blog, when he died, and he died at the same time as the Pope, I put a post on there. I was like, at the pearly gates, the Pope is like, it's okay, man, he's with me.
With me. Yeah.
Aw, that's awesome, dude. So I tried to get us a sex robot story after that. Awesome. But this is all I could come up with this week. A $500 horoscope reading robot that speaks 38 languages, but
Ooh,
it could be a sex robot.
no, it couldn't.
I don't think it could be. No.
For blind people, maybe.
Tequila to make that a sex robot.
It looks like paper mache.
It's
Yeah.
only $500. What do you want
Wait, it's $500 for the robot or
for the
per?
robot?
Oh, I thought you meant per like reading.
Only costs $500 for the
And it
robot.
speaks 38 languages? What
Yeah.
a bargain. What's that come to?
As ugly as it is, though, it
Oh,
still looks more
zeros.
lifelike than that picture of Prince Philip next to it.
Yeah, the older he got, the more evil and sinister he looked.
Oh, I don't like putting it together though. That's kind of.
It's
Oh!
just you in pieces. You gotta put it together.
I
Oh,
can't.
Well, it's $500. What do you
No.
expect?
Jeez.
Is
What
it
do
like
you?
She likes shopping at IKEA and she's bitching about having to
You
put
gotta
shit
put it
together. Come on.
together.
what's that machine in big that has the
Zoltar.
Yeah. Is it like Zoltar? Is it great?
There's a Zoltar machine at the Stratosphere
There
in
you
Las
go.
Vegas.
Is she
Nice.
looking? Is she like in Muslim gear? Is that?
If you change the lighting, you drink a bottle of tequila.
Ugh.
No,
She wouldn't
no.
shut up in 38 different languages. Just leave the head off.
But, like, Why do you need a robot to read your horoscope when you can download an app for your horoscope?
Oh, well, who
Not
believes
to
it?
be-
Nonsense.
Not to be
Go
too
ahead.
dark, but she
Yeah.
looks like an acid burn victim.
She does.
Oh, and he looks like the guy that would throw the acid at her.
With a
It's a
little
real
bit of
problem culturally over there for sure.
It is.
with a little bit of a Joker smile.
Yep. Yeah.
She also looks like a ventriloquist dummy in this particular photo.
She
Right.
does. Does she not have one?
She looks unhappy. Venus de Milo.
Oh, she does have one. That looks just
Did
like
you guys
a
see that?
glove.
That the Louvre put all their art online that you can look at for free. Speaking of
No.
Venus de Milo, they just did that a couple weeks ago. So you can go to their website and see like the Mona Lisa and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool.
Wow.
That is cool.
So, since I went to med school, I thought this story was a little bit kind of funny because they asked a
Is this going to be
doctor-
gross?
No. People are injecting their own butt with like bouillon cubes to
What?
enlarge it. It's a new trend. You shouldn't pump stock cubes into your anus to enlarge your butt.
Wait, so take
Like in the butthole. They're putting it in their butthole?
like the actual solid cubes. It's just salt. Oh. Wait, so that's not a cube.
I did not pre-watch this.
Something smells like soup. Is
I
that
didn't
your
catch the
butt
video when I
smelling
took
like
it.
soup?
I don't want to watch a video.
We're going to get an
That's
Ethan.
pretty big.
Bigger.
You might want to hit pause or you might get like
Hit pause,
500
hit pause.
walking
Hey,
out.
safe word, safe
Yeah,
word,
Yeah.
safe word.
Okay, but you can imagine what's going to happen next.
I
That's not a
don't.
bullion.
I don't
cube, that's
understand.
Syringe.
I thought, like,
Why?
Yeah, who wants a cube in their butt?
People who wanted a bigger butt.
Yeah, but
that
this-
the salt and oil content will expand their tissues behind, making them appear larger or rounder. Oh, so to make your butt look bigger.
And tastier.
What?
Listen, you have to stay away from that because those things are loaded with salt.
right, yeah.
If you're going to eat ass, dude, you have to talk to the
can't.
chick before
Say, do
We
you
need
got
a
bullion?
potassium-based
I
bullion.
can't. I cannot have that sodium.
So the thought is if they inject it straight to so it's closer, that's where it's gonna collect. That's
Yeah, and look, she farts. Something smells delicious.
excess salt in the bloodstream.
You making a roast? But I like how the doctor just says it can lead to hypertension. I look for a shit. It can
Do
lead.
they have a Mrs. Dash version of this?
Yeah, they should. It can lead to a lot
How
more.
is
doctor.
flavored butt injections not a thing, but okay.
Go down more.
Or go down more?
And when they sweat, it just juice
No,
comes
much.
out.
What do you
Reading what was under. You
Secretion.
crush the seasoning cubes, which contains largely salt, and inject it.
into
The
your
lining will absorb a huge portion of that salt into your bloodstream.
Oh,
Excess salt is a major contributor for hypertension. Well done.
and you definitely can't inject that into you.
Well, I don't need to make my ass bigger.
Why?
No?
What
know.
makes people?
Like, who thought that up in the first place? Like, hey, what if we take and inject some of this shit?
In our butt.
Well, they do it with coffee, right?
Yeah, they do it with coffee.
Like I in my mind, it makes sense for like flavoring the ass, but I don't see how it can make your ass bigger. I don't.
Flavoring it with pure salt.
I could imagine if you had
Oh, it
needles and stuck it into both cheeks.
Right. That's what I was thinking at first when you said inject it.
Mhm.
But if you're just squirting it up your asshole, that's for flavor. That's not to make anything bigger.
Your ass is so savory.
Jesus, well seasoned.
It's a savory ass.
Are they going to have that guy who does this with the salt?
Definitely. But if you do start eating ass, wouldn't you want somebody to?
What do you mean
That
start?
could be your off the rails merch.
Yeah.
Asshole injectable flavoring since
We got
Start.
our sales right there. Mr. Miyagi with a off the rails ass injection.
Why stop at beef and chicken?
Oh, boom! Soy sauce right there. We got it.
There's plenty of salt in that.
Isn't the joke peach? The joke is peach, right?
What is Peach?
An
The
abs.
emoticon for ads.
Yeah,
Damn these kids! I don't know the emoji for that.
yeah, just like, what is it, eggplant,
Well, that one. Okay,
yeah.
I guess I do know some. So Canada is too nice, and I don't like it. So since we have a
Oh,
Canadian
no.
here,
I'm
this
sorry
is
in
happening
advance.
in Toronto. It's
You
very
don't
nice, but okay. People are leaving notes like this all over the city. Just nice notes. Against all odds, we're going to heal and be happy again.
I like that. I think
Well, they
that's
signed it
sweet.
with their name.
Look at that. Yes.
Do you like that?
Yes.
It's more like,
But they're putting them up. They're littering. Charge them with littering.
Oh, seriously,
seen,
come on, man.
I'm just going
Don't be
through
so
my
hard on
camera.
yourself. You're doing okay.
I'm
what
going
was
through
it?
my camera roll right now, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Can you see
Oh,
that?
hold on. Let me stop sharing
Does it
here.
say be kind?
Yeah. So I saw this at a construction site. Someone just wrote "Be kind" on it here in Vancouver, just as I was walking around the town. So I mean, there's
We
stuff
don't
like
have
that.
that in America. Look at that.
Do you guys get the repent
Isn't that like
in marker everywhere?
We get a lot of.
kind?
I haven't
no.
seen that either, but
Oh,
Here they're leaving.
you're amazing. See, that's awesome. I've
I think
seen,
it is
I
awesome.
mean, I've seen similar, people have been like in chalk drawings on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Drawing stuff. I've seen pictures of.
Look at
A
that.
little
They're just-
encouragament. And you saying it's littering? You're all
Nah, you can't just be leaving stuff all over because you enjoy the message.
Yes. It's making it a
It
better
makes
world. You're
someone
giving
else-
encouragement.
it doesn't make a better world if you're like making paper things to leave
Oh, it's
litter
all
all over the
around.
It's
place.
gonna end up in the
Wow.
oceans
I'm
with
with
It's
the.
you.
okay to
this.
make mistakes. Like, boom, that's gonna
Well, that-
eco-terrorism.
that
that's what
was
that
If
a
is.
it's just graffiti, fine. But if you're also littering, fuck you,
Save
buddy.
the trees. Yeah. If this is high human, how condescending is that? Like the polls talking.
I want you to know that you're okay. How do you know? How do you know
But
I'm
if-
okay?
You never know that. Like that's out of context. It might be on a pole that is at a dog park, like right
That's true.
underneath one of those things that you can grab a just shit bag out of.
Why don't
So-
you get like the copycats to go, hey human, go fuck yourself? Is that littering now?
Yeah.
We had a weird thing happen here in Vancouver.
Just the message.
A block away from where I live is this park that has this really weird sculpture in it that people say looks like a dude chilling out. It's like this wooden sculpture of a guy kind of like resting like this. And so people started just calling it Dude Chilling Park. So some guy who's an artist duplicated what our official Parks Board signs look like and screwed it over top of the Parks Board sign and started officially naming it Dude Chilling Park, or unofficially naming it that. And then the Parks Board took the sign down. That's not the name. So then he put another sign up, and this happened like 3 or 4 times. It ended up as a story on like Reddit, and it was on the front page of the Chive when the Chive used to be a thing. And so what the city did was they compromised, and so there's 2 entrances to the park, and so now one entrance is officially Dude Chilling Park, and the other entrance is it's originally in Guelph Park. So there's some action in like just adding humanity to outdoor space in a city like this. So that's what those signs kind of remind me of, is like, maybe it's just a neighborly thing to do. That's kind of cool. That makes it feel more like a community and less like we're being attacked by this unseen thing for the last 13 months. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm for it. And if that makes me too nice, then go fuck yourself.
Yes, we did it. All right.
You can fuck
Now write that on a note card and set it outside.
If I'm too nice, go fuck yourself. Love Canada.
I think that's the new thing for Canada right there. Oh. So you guys want to go with this dude with an Elmo doll or Elon Musk?
I hate Musk, so I vote
Go with
Elmo.
Elmo. Dude with an Elmo doll?
You chose poorly.
Oh, God.
A nursery cam catches a home inspector with the Elmo doll.
Oh, with
what
the
a
stuffed
creepy
animals.
cocksucker.
And he put it back when he was done.
Ooh.
What done what? What did he do?
He fucked it.
Yeah,
He fucked a doll?
He fucked Elmo.
yeah. Right on the camera.
Did he at least tickle him?
He got tickled by Elmo.
And so what was
You
he?
see the guy's name?
Inspector?
The dude who did it, his name is pretty funny.
Hold on. I missed it. What's the name?
It's
John Patrick Moore.
59-year-old Kevin Van Loven. That sounds like it's out of Superman.
McLovin.
Well, you should have known when you hired him.
Goddamn Dutch.
Van Lovin.
It's like Van Halen, but doll fuckers.
Yeah, instead of rock and roll.
That's terrible. I mean,
He ain't talking about love. He's running with the devil.
yes, he
Malicious
is.
destruction of property.
Yeah,
He
the
is.
rock-
Some may say he
Ah.
used it.
Oh,
I wouldn't say it's malicious.
well, he might have been kind of rough with the doll.
Okay, getting consent from the doll.
How does the doll give consent? You
Bond
tickle
was set
him.
at $2,500. Conditions in his bond preclude him from being in any home he doesn't own unsupervised.
Whoa.
So he's no longer an inspector,
No, he
obviously.
can't be.
And has to undergo mental health evaluation.
He faces 2 years in prison? Is that too stiff?
Hey, I would like to see how cute this Elmo is before I make a
He's got a
decision.
picture of it right here.
Yeah, what was Elmo wearing?
What was Elmo wearing?
Elmo's eyes, he knows what's
Elmo
coming.
is asking for it.
It's like this guy's been here before. I don't know.
Oh God, he's inspecting a little bit more than I wanted.
Look at his eyes. Like Elmo knows what's happening. This is
Oh
not
my
good.
God.
It reminds me of that meme of like the Elmo shocked looking at the other Elmo that's a puppet. You know?
Oh, so that's some kid's doll, huh?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
There's,
All right, we're going with Elon Musk because this is kind of freaky. So you heard about the Neuralink stuff where they put the chip in your brain?
You mean the shot that I got?
Yeah, the shot that you got. Here is a monkey playing Pong with his brain.
Neat.
So what he's doing there is as he plays and controls it with his fucking mind, they're just feeding him like a strawberry smoothie. The better he does.
Oh, that's good.
And they're saying within a couple of years, this will be in your head. People can stream our show
No.
in their head.
Man, the implications of being able to control a compute like a mouse if you're quadriplegic or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what
That's fucking
It always
insanely
starts good.
But then it can
Good
be hacked.
intentions.
yeah, then it's Skyrim.
Hack your brain.
Yeah.
awesome. Skynet, yeah, it's gonna happen.
That's
I
how
don't know,
it
that-
always happens.
No, but I mean,
Not to be super skeptical, but that looks like like someone is faking that so they get more research dollars.
Try this.
Very
you
That's
are
my-
very
that's my-
skeptical, but I think you're
That's
right.
my
though.
first takeaway from that.
Okay.
Did
You said it was strawberry.
But you
Banana.
rubbed strawberry. Oh, so you get paired to a phone that somebody can hack.
banana.
How much are they pumping into this monkey?
Oh.
Well, what's he doing with his hand? I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't know.
that's operating the thing,
Right.
not his brain.
I want to get on the other side of that glass.
I wouldn't be worried about having my brain hacked. It's like I don't worry about having my identity stolen. It's like, what are you gonna steal? Like,
Well,
congratulations, enjoy my debt.
I got that kind of going for
what if
me
someone
too.
could just hack into it and shock you or send subliminal messaging directly into your brain?
I guess, yeah, they could send just.
Or
You
work
know
you
how
like a
annoying
fucking
ads are on your
marionette.
computer? What if you're just like sitting there and they just put like an ad in your head to
You
start
can't turn it
playing?
off.
Can't turn off the ad because you didn't upgrade the Neuralink.
If you're looking
That's
to buy a phone,
basically
Yeah. All of a sudden, Roy's advertisement.
And then it's gonna turn into Repo Man.
that's basically the entire plot of Max Headroom, the TV show Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Blip verts 1 minute, the subliminal messages causes people's brain to explode.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, Miyagi and Roy are gonna be in your head soon. It's coming. It's coming.
I don't think I would mind Miyagi in my brain.
Nah.
Just kind of be more calm and centered and.
You guys must have a price point though that you would let someone install a chip in your brain. Like this
$50.
monkey's, yeah.
This
Sean's
monkey,
$50. This monkey was a smoothie.
A banana.
What's your price, Tom? Would you do it for $1 million? Be a guinea pig for this?
yeah, that's way over. You should have lowballed me.
Yeah,
$1 million Canadian.
Oh, damn.
Well, but if you go too high, you get suspicious. Like, why is it so high? What are you gonna make me do with it?
Oh, Molly's on you there.
Next thing you know, you're shooting the president.
Right?
It's a big leap, huh? No,
Not
but
really.
I trust it more if private industry does it than if the government's involved, though. You know?
Do you trust Elon Musk more?
No,
No.
but I mean,
what does
I
everybody
should.
hate Elon Musk here?
He's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't hate him though, but like you don't like him. You don't like him.
I hate everybody that's a billionaire.
Well, you got a point there. How about you, Molly? How do you feel about Elon Musk?
Eh.
Yeah, I'm indifferent. You?
I'm kind of indifferent.
I'm a fan of his wife's music. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, she's a Canadian rock star, right?
Grimes. Yeah, she's more like electro punk. But
Okay.
yeah, she's had a couple really good albums. But they're weird people, like severely weird people. So
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
look at the name of their kid.
Didn't he smoke some dope with
Joe
Joe
Rogan.
Rogan? I was like,
I
hey,
got a
that's
story
cool.
about Joe Rogan. We could probably segue.
I heard his stock went down when he was smoking dope with Joe Rogan. That's the time to buy in because it's going to go back up, right?
Elon stock? Yeah.
Well, I bought
Yeah,
Doge. I bought Dogecoin when he tweeted about Doge. I'm like, this is going to make this go up for the next couple days. So I bought into some of that crypto for a couple days and then sold out.
Yeah, I made like $7 off of it too.
7?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you.
How about the same, Sean? Like, I think my $72 turned into 80.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. So speaking of Joe Rogan, how do you feel about, he did that big $100 million Spotify for his podcast, but now Spotify is quietly deleting controversial episodes of,
What kind of episodes?
controversial, what they are deeming
What kind of
Come on, say it.
episodes?
controversial.
You can get it.
Controversial.
You're missing a vowel in there, bud.
Controversial.
Controversial.
That's what he said.
You said controversial. Controversial. Controversial.
What are you guys talking about?
You missed the H. Or whatever.
Just
Controversial.
The SH sound.
Yeah, controversial. You said controversial. That's why he kept saying, what? What? He's just picking at it. What? What did you say?
Like when you
Like
guys
he couldn't
talk.
hear. This is Canada. I can't hear you so good. What did you say? So you could just keep doing it wrong and wrong. Well done, Jason.
So 34 episodes got dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some with Chris D'Elia, because of all that
That
stuff.
guy's a major dick. But
Is he?
worst person I ever worked with in comedy.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Do tell.
like,
Come on.
Exponentially. He was just weird to deal with, and he caused a lot of problems at the club where I was at, and it was not a fun weekend. We were in the basement of a hotel that had a thermal heating tube going through the roofing. We had the air conditioner on full blast, and he was complaining about how hot it was, and it's like had to buy him a fan. We had to have food delivered to him every show. That's never happened for any other person. He had his personal assistant with him there for the whole weekend.
How old was she?
It was a dude, and
Okay.
if I were to take a guess, but not trying to be libelous, I would suggest it was a recovery coach potentially. He's got severe social anxiety disorder, which is fine. You know, people have to deal with different anxieties in their lives, but there's ways that you can communicate that so that the people that you're dealing with can respect your space. But he was like such a douchebag to all the audience members. He was in the middle of a joke and someone took a non-flash photograph of him and he stopped the joke and he yelled at the audience. He goes, You just ruined that joke for everybody. And here, the next person to take a picture is gonna also, I'm gonna stop. And if someone does it again, I'm not even gonna perform anymore. This is like Thursday night, the first show of the whole week. And we had a policy that you can take non-flash photographs. It's announced pre-show that you're allowed to do it. You can't do flash photography, you can't videotape, but you can take a non-flash photograph. He was just a major pain in the ass. And the day after him complaining about the air conditioning, where like I took a photo of the temperature on the thermostat and showed him what temperature it was at, took him to the panel and showed it was running full blast, bought a fan for him. He had his agent call me at 8 o'clock the next morning at home to complain about it too. And I was like, and then he bitched and moaned about his check, even though it was presented to him before the final show finished. It was just an absolute
This is
nightmare.
coming from a Canadian, so times that by 10.
Well,
Yeah,
and
he-
was he
the
funny?
worst.
Because I don't find him particularly funny.
Look, I'm not. It's hard to quantify and objectify comedy because it's a very subjective thing. I think that he greatly benefited from Justin Bieber tweeting saying that Chris D'Elia is his favorite comedian. I also think that he's greatly benefited from very strong connections within in the industry. His dad is really well-known TV producer, so I don't particularly find him very funny. I know that other people. He's also
in pod with Will Sasso and Brian Callen.
Yeah, and I like those two dudes a lot, and they've been great whenever I've had to deal with them. Will's from Vancouver, but he was also in Sliders, another great television show. But yeah, Chris D'Elia, I have no time of day for that dude, and everything that's happened to him since, I'm like, wow, karma is real sometimes.
What do you think?
I don't like Chris D'Elia's comedy. I think it's hackneyed. He just does voices and
He's super animated, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of content, and not seems like there's not a lot there.
that drunk girls bit he does.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
To me,
Yeah, he
he's
does.
like
German accent all the time.
he's like a generic Dana Cook. At least Dana put in the time and energy and has proper joke structure and set construction. Yeah, I'm just not a Chris D'Elia fan at all.
So how did he remount the audience and threaten to end the show and then get back to his gig? How did that go over?
Vancouver audiences are very much like San Francisco audiences, where they very much want premise, setup, punchline, tag, throwaway. They want like proper jokes, and so he's an attitude-driven comedian. So first and foremost, it didn't play very well to our room, and then for him to start chastising the audience, he lost them, completely lost them. And I was like, this is hilarious that this guy who's supposed to be like a national tour headliner just is not doing very well.
This is amazing to hear this kind of inside information like that, man. That's awesome.
That is cool.
Tell us about somebody that you really liked that you thought were
Chad Daniels. Chad Daniels.
He's hilarious.
Chad Daniels.
Yeah.
Matt Bronner, Jen Kirkman, Carolyn Ray. Carolyn Ray gave me her phone number, and she's like, "Oh, I heard you're going to Vegas to play some poker in a couple days. I might come down and play with you." I'm
Really?
like, "Wow, that's really cool." Like, there's been amazing comedians that I've dealt with. Ryan Hamilton is fantastic, super nice guy, super funny. Doesn't say a cross word on stage, and you don't even realize it. It's like seeing
The
Ryan.
orbit, yeah.
Yeah, I was there for on and off for 5 years. So what's that? 250 headliners. So he's the only one I really didn't care for
Okay.
Wow,
in terms of working with and dealing with. But yeah, I think Chad Daniels is the best touring club comic in North America. I think he's really funny. Sean Patton's hilarious. Ari Shafir, who has a reputation as a shit disturber, but he's a great dude, understands the business of comedy really well, and is super, super loyal. He had the opportunity to move on to theater shows, but he would remain loyal to our club and said, when I do Vancouver, I'm still doing clubs because you guys were one of the first to headline me internationally. You guys bring me back. You recognize that I brought value to the table and gave me a raise every time I showed up. So he was a real pleasure to deal with. And so it just, whenever you're met with someone who isn't a pleasure to deal with, it's really striking because most people in comedy don't last to the caliber of becoming a national touring headliner if you're an asshole.
Mhm.
The industry weeds you out. And so just it was a little jarring to deal with someone like that after dealing with like huge names like George Wallace and Norm Macdonald and, you know, like massive names having zero attitude and being super nice in the green room to other comedians. D'Elia didn't want other comics coming in there. He asked us to remove the lights from the room so it was dark. Like just the weirdest dude. Just the weirdest dude.
The thing about Ryan Hamilton, that bit that he does about going up in a hot air balloon,
Oh,
it's like one of my favorite bits of all time, and it's completely clean.
Yeah, and I think every comic should watch that bit because it gives you the proper sense of how you can take a joke, go off on a tangent, and then come back to the base of the joke. And so you can tell stories that aren't necessarily in context, but because you're telling this larger story, you can go on a little riff and then come back and bring the audience back to the original story. You kind of get the aha tension release laugh when they're like, oh yeah, he was talking about being on a hot air balloon for a first date kind of thing. I also think, just that you brought this up, Will, I think maybe the best educational moment that a comedian could watch out of any stand-up in the last 5 years is Bill Burr's consent bit. I think it was on his most recent special. The way he commits to that bit, every comic should commit to their bits as much as he commits to that. He's like this macho man's man, and he does like this very feminine act out so that the payout at the end of the joke hits harder. And it's like, if you write material that you can't commit to, then you shouldn't be telling it on stage. And the way that Bill Burr does it is phenomenal. So I'd recommend anyone get a chance. It's a 90-second clip.
Or
What's that?
was that the Paper Tiger?
I don't know which special it's from because I've just seen the clip. I haven't seen the overall special, but it's the clip where he's talking about consent and like the difference between.
Just do a search on YouTube. Yeah.
It's just phenomenal. But I much rather talking about really good comics who are really fun to work with and you can hang out with. I consider these people friends, you know. So dealing with the ones that aren't is memorable in all the wrong ways.
Well, maybe we should talk to you about bringing a couple of people on with you when you come back, like Chad Daniels. Seriously, because this, to me, I'm getting a lot out of this. And I think anybody that's in the comedy should listen to this podcast. We need to have you back more often because this is gold.
I love talking about that. I'm like so passionate about the subject that it hurts me when it's not done well. And so I'd be happy to talk anytime.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, the thing I really love about comedy is getting that the art of taking something kind of fucked up in your brain, like a different perspective, making it come out your mouth, going into someone else's head, and then making their brain think the same fucked up thought you're thinking. It's just an art form that I think it's awesome.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Tom. I think the best moment you can have in comedy is if, as the artist that's performing, it's kind of hard to articulate, but if you can remind someone about something they didn't know, then you've achieved the goal as a comic. So something that's not even in the forefront of someone's mind, and then you tell a story about it on stage and they have this aha moment. They're like, I'd never even thought about that subject, but I 100% agree with what you're saying. And you reminded me of something I didn't even know I knew. And to me, that's just like a transcendent moment for comedy. Like if you can do that as a comedian, that's like job done.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think that's a great way to end this one here. Let's bring up the World Series of Comedy. Go to the worldseriesofcomedy.com. Follow what I'm doing. If you're a comedian, registration, boom. You have a special deal with the Off the Rails. Name, email. Say you heard this on Off the Rails. They will. What are you guys going to do?
We'll upgrade. What we do is over time with registration, as we get closer to the events that are going to be live, we reduce the number of opportunities you have to register for different live satellites. If you mentioned that you heard about us on Off the Rails, what we'll do is we'll reopen that. And if you sign up to be at our live satellites, we'll let you register for all 9. If you sign up for our online showcases will let you register for all 4. Right now, you can only register for 3 and 1. So it triples your opportunity to be exposed to industry insiders. And I think Sean and Will can probably talk this, but I think the best part about our festival is the networking with fellow comedians and the friendships that you make that turn into real life tangible differences in your comedy career in terms of booking gigs and working with other comics and refining your own material based on the feedback of peers within the industry and getting the chance to meet actual industry insiders.
Yeah.
I can't say enough good things about the World Series of Comedy. It's great. What if people just want to watch?
Yeah, you can stream. We have another website, WSOCtickets.com, which is our ticket site.
Different page. I'm trying to get it up.
No, we had Eshak on like
Oh, yeah.
a month or 2 ago. I just saw his picture.
He just started his own podcast.
Yeah, we
He just started his own podcast.
I watched that episode and I thought you guys gave him great advice. Make sure you have 3 in the can before you go live, that kind of thing. So I hope he listened to it because you don't want to run into like starting a podcast and then having no content to share. So this is our ticketing website. Every live event we go to, we usually get about 20 tickets a night that we can sell to people that live in the city. But you can also scroll down and you can see that we have streaming events, and you can click on the stream link and you can watch live from your couch in, Peoria.
Well, the main
Watch
event that
performing
we
in
did,
Sacramento.
go ahead, I'm sorry. The main event that we did in Las Vegas, Tom and Molly watched it on stream.
We did.
My sons watched it on stream, and my ex-wife watched it on stream.
Yeah, so 4 out of 5 ain't bad, right?
Yeah.
And he's,
Excellent. Sean.
Yeah. Thanks for showing that, you guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. John, what do you got coming up here? You got to be, you love the World Series Comedy. I heard you did well.
Yeah. I just can't really travel all that far right now with my health and shit, so I'm staying close in Wisconsin and whatnot. But I have shows in Wisconsin through Fox Valley Comedy in the Appleton area. I'll be doing the Appleton Beer Company again, or
nice.
Beer Factory.
How is that
Beer
place?
Factory. That room is so awesome.
Oh, that's good to
Yeah.
hear.
They put together a really nice show in there. Fox Valley
They
Comedy
get Carl
always does.
Strong. He added him to that show.
Oh, yeah.
Girl Mouth.
So that's going to be great. I don't know if you're familiar with Carl Strong, but he's a great headliner.
Sean, you're also recording an album too, aren't you?
Yeah. July 30th and 31st, I'll be headlining at the Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, and I'll be
They
recording
just-
my first album.
They just joined up with the World Series of Comedy, and they're actually going to be judging some of our online events, which is really fantastic.
Awesome.
Because they have 3 clubs, right? Skyline. Four? Yeah.
They have Skyline, the Spokane, Tacoma, and they just opened Bricktown in Oklahoma like a year
Okay.
ago.
Nice.
So
Do you have a title for your album yet? Do you know what you're going to call it?
yeah, I'm gonna call it Nothing Special.
Nice. I like it.
Wow.
Nothing Special, stories of the world's oldest Make-A-Wish kid.
Yes. All right, Molly, what should they do if they enjoyed this? Like and share. Make sure you like and share. Go to our website. Use the Amazon link. We get a kickback. All you got to do is just click on it, shop like normal. You know where to find this. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for having
Thank
me,
you,
guys.
Sean. Thank you, Sean. All right,
Yeah.
Friends Universe.
We're not good enough.